Happy Monday, Reader Roadrunners! Tonight we have a little story called Catalina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Bogan was her name. This is such a silly story. I first learned this story actually when I was in camp a long time ago. But just like a lot of camp songs and folk songs, words can change and melodies can change because they're passed along just by singing. A lot of times they're not written down. So a long time ago, I actually learned this book as Magdalena, Hagalina, Ukataka, Wakataka, Okamoka, Poka was her name. And so it was so fun to find this book years later and say, hey, look at that different version. And remember that folk tunes and camp songs often change. So tonight, here we go with Catalina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Bogan was her name. She had a funny name, but she wasn't much to blame. Her mother gave it to her just the same. Catalina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Bogan was her name. Well, she had two particular hairs on her head. One was black and one was red. Catalina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Bogan was her name. She had two eyes that were quite a sight. One looked left and the other looked right. Catalina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Bogan was her name. She had two holes in the bottom of her nose, one for her fingers and the other for her toes. Catalina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Bogan was her name. She had two teeth inside of her mouth. One went north and the other went south. Catalina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Bogan was her name. She had two arms that flopped all around. When she walked, they would drag on the ground. Catalina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Bogan was her name. She had 2 feet that were wide and flat, each one bigger than a bathroom mat. Catalina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Bogan was her name. She had one brain inside of her head. What it thought is what she said. Catalina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Bogan was her name. Some folks say her breath smells sweet, but me, I'd rather smell her feet. Catalina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Bogan was her name. If rain makes flowers sweet and clean, there ought to be a downpour on Magdalene. Oh, Catalina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Bogan, Smith was her name. Such a silly story. Thank you, Reader Roadrunners. Good night, sleep tight, and I will see you tomorrow night.